Chapter 1. The blaring of the alarm clock was a dull rhythmic thump rousing James from slumber. The incessant beeping had become the most annoying sound of his existence after recent occurrences. Symbolizing yet another day on this wretched earth, it reminded him how out of control his life had become. Just another day of survival, never living, just existing because of his own damn choices. His eyes flickered a few times before they agreed to greet the incoming light assailing his senses. Without moving his head, through the window directly in his line of sight, he looked out onto the Orion cityscape droning along with so many colors and a light fog over the tops of the buildings in the distance. At 6:30 a.m., there were still multicolored lights adorning the buildings, and the hollow images not normally visible during the day were almost winking out their last vestiges of shape. James knew that within a few minutes the lights and hollow images would vanish and the city would be drawn into a dusky gray light emanating from a mixture of ozone and noxious gases being released by the city's inhabitants.
"Ira, what day is it?"
James asked the home's automation system without moving at all.
"The time is 6:33 a.m. Wednesday, July 22nd, 2476.
The female voice responded in a soft tone with just a lilt of caring. "What a day this will become," came a voice from the ether of James's room. James flung himself out of bed in what could only be described as the most unimpressive gymnastics anyone has ever seen. His arm smashed into the nightstand, knocking his illuminated alarm clock onto the floor. His leg caught in the covers, pulling them halfway off the bed, causing him to crash to the floor in quite a large heap. The moment his body settled, he froze, half covered with his blanket and with one arm and leg under the edge of the bed.
Who's there?"
he softly murmured into the room itself. "Just you," the deep voice responded in a lilting cadence. "I do believe you have made an undesirable pile on your floor, James."
Where are you?"
James asked exasperatedly. "I'm nowhere," the voice responded matter-of-factly. "I'm in your head."
"Show yourself, you bastard!"
"Look in a mirror, jackass. Nothing to see there, but therein lies me." James retrieved an automatic pistol from the nightstand without showing his body to the rest of the room, thinking he couldn't be hurt if he couldn't be seen. He sprang into action, waving the firearm about frantically as his eyes searched for any target at all. He settled on the door and slowly maneuvered his way around the bed to inspect the rest of the room for any hidden figures which could be easily dispatched. He verified the room was empty, and without any thought whatsoever, he reached for the door handle, stopping his hand a mere inch from the handle, realizing on the other side of the door there could be one or more intruders. "Good thinking," the voice sounded off hollowly. "There might be guys out there." James flailed about in a circle, trying to identify the source of the sound and then stopping when his own reflection caught his eye in the mirror above the dresser. "Hey, you found me," the voice said sarcastically.
Are you in my head?"
"I did say that, yes."
"What do you want?"
"I didn't choose you, you created me." James dropped the gun to the floor and violently smacked both hands into the sides of his head, furiously rubbing his temples, trying to will the voice away.
"Just go away! Go away!"
James shouted into the mirror, attempting to convince himself as much as the voice that he indeed was in charge. "I cannot go away. I am you." A single tear ran down James's cheek as he realized he had just passed the final stage from lucrative to eccentric and now finally to insane.